When was the last time you saw me on TV? See, that's not right. With the pandemic, bringing people into my home is kind of risky. But the stars in entertainment, moguls in media, icons in business, political brand names, and hot-stepping trendsetters are coming over. They're coming over for the tea with MisRed.
So according to Google Analytics, 90% of millennials are actually online. Now that's a big number considering the fact that ever since 2020, we've been stuck at home. So what am I talking about? COVID-19 made us stay at home. So now predominantly our form of communication is online. Now we have a lot of social media platforms in Zimbabwe that we predominantly use. We've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, and we have Twitter as well as WhatsApp. Now, let's zoom in on Twitter. We have what we call the Twimbos or the 𝗪𝗪𝘨𝘪𝘵, and these are the people that I'm going to be having tea with. So today, I am so privileged and so happy to have 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗗𝗗, who's the CEO of Farm Hut, as well as 𝘂𝘪𝗪𝗪𝘧𝗔, who is a relationship coach on Twitter and social media influencer, Salo. So yeah, let's have some tea, understand their thinking, their psyche, and how you can grab something of what they do online and not just toxicity. Right, so the Twimbos. Hello, guys.
How are you, MisRed?
I am so happy to have you. I think it's seldom we actually meet in person. Talk about Jonana online, on Twitter, Chidana, whichever one you decide on the day. So you guys, you've been affectionately or unaffectionately, I don't know which one it is, the Twimbos, right? Or 𝗪𝗪𝘨𝘪𝘵, if we can call it that. Dijo.
Yeah,
I prefer
these
Twimbos.
ones.
Okay, you prefer Twimbos.
Yes.
Okay, so Salo, when someone says Twimbos, for everyone else who doesn't know, what does that mean in your own language?
I would just say someone who's very active on Twitter because I think like everybody else has a Twitter account, but it's just lying there dormant and it's not doing anything. So I really just narrow it down to people who are active.
On Twitter, that's the Twimbos. Ryan, according to you?
For me, basically, it's someone who puts out content that I relate to, because most people put stuff and kind of relating, I don't even engage. So for me, it's people I engage with who post content that I relate to. Those are the people I call probably Twimbos, and some call them 𝗪𝗪𝘨𝘪𝘵 as well. But then, yeah, those are the people that I, as a person, really call Twimbos.
Okay, and then Fadzi?
Yeah, I just agree with Salo. Someone who's just loud on Twitter.
Loud on Twitter. I like that you use that word because each of you individually, I think collectively, the four of us have almost 500,000 followers together. Right? So that's a lot of people, especially for Zimbabwe, whereby they say that the actual amount of people in Zimbabwe who are online are less than we actually think, right? So I want to talk to you on your individual stories around what you do, right? So we'll start off with Salo and how you actually popped off and made your brand so big, yeah?
So I always get a little, I wouldn't say confused, but I always wonder why people call me a brand because for me, someone told me that you have low self-esteem, but I always think that I'm not there yet.
Oh, you are.
I mean, hello.
I always think that I'm not there yet, and when somebody calls me a brand, I'm like, what? You think I'm a brand?
Yes.
And I'm so shocked, and but I don't think that I did anything, specific. I was being myself. I was just there telling everybody what I think because, Twitter is just telling people what you think. And there was a time that I was so opinionated. I was all over the place. I wanted to leave my opinion everywhere. And I think that's just how it happened. So, yeah. But, well, I don't know if I'm a brand yet. But if you call me a brand, then I'm definitely a brand.
You're almost at 100,000 followers.
Yeah, there's that.
So you must be saying something that people want to hear.
Well, makes me proud, I guess.
You must be. You must be. Now, Ryan, I know not only are you saying things that people want to hear, but you're also bringing money into people's spaces by the things that you do. So let's just quickly go through what you actually do and how you got to be such a brand of note.
Okay. So
I like the way you get yourself ready because you're
So long story short, I got on Twitter, I created a community. We started the 10 of us, so we're just engaging in tech, business startups, so it wasn't popular then. Then we moved on to American Twitter. So basically most of my followers are not from Zimbabwe. They're from outside. So investor communities, startup communities, etc. So we founded our first company in 2019, Farm Hut Africa, which has grown to insanely over 100,000, users every single month that we count. These are farmers, by the way. So Farmer Africa has been disrupting the way farmers, do business, get information, give them information for free, 088 data. We do a lot of things there in the farming space. Then we move to the new thing that we're doing right now, where we are introducing, retail tech to the Zimbabwean community. So I'm mainly tech. I like startups. I treat mostly about business. And I've gone and loggerheads with so many investors who are here in Zimbabwe. I've even gone for lunches with some for dinners, and those haven't ended well. And I've been quoted in some rooms as well as, striking down. And I'm like, oh, do your best. Because, that's who I am. I believe in the freedom that the companies here, the startups here should get with the exposure that they can get from the outside community.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you brought about this strong brand.
Yes,
yeah.
Just by being myself and putting it in the brands that we represent. So most of our followers who are on our social media right now are actually directly translated to the products that we actually sell and actually provide to the community that we have.
You articulated very well. Now, Fadzi, you are because from the cultural point of view, to seek advice. But you are predominantly relationship advice, right?
Yes.
Or you've mixed now?
I think it's a mixture of everything.
All right. So how did you actually get the brand as big as it is? Because Tete Fadzi is a brand known on social media, not only on Twitter, but across the board. If you talk to anyone about social media, you will hear Tete Fadzi. How did we get there?
Yeah, I just started, I think, when did we start the lockdown? Was it 2020? Yeah. That time I had COVID, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yes.
So how did you run?
Yeah, and then I was
about
busy on
relationships. Wow.
Yeah, and I think my first post that went viral was about 1,000 likes. I was so happy. Yeah.
Really? You were celebrating?
Yes, I was. It was. Yeah. So I just started as Tete Fadzi, I actually struggled to get the name. I didn't know what to call myself. My Nini Fadzi, Tete Fadzi.
Honestly.
Yeah. So I just thought Tete Fadzi would be good for the brand, and I thought maybe I would just create a place where people can vent and get advice, and somewhere you can be yourself. Yeah.
I love that. And your individual stories are actually very powerful. And I love that you're in very different spaces so we can have a robust discussion. So with social media, especially social media in Zimbabwe, it has a great level of toxicity. And I highly blame the politics of the country, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But let's talk about individually, right? How have you dealt with some of the toxicity that you get from the people that you interact with on social media as Twilebs?
So this is one thing that I realized. When people are doing whatever they're doing, it's a reflection of what they feel inside, of who they are and what they think about themselves. So in general, whatever they're doing is about them. It's so you don't need to feel some type of way because, this one is doing this one is doing this. Just understand that it's about them and what they feel inside. They are struggling, they're angry and whatever. So once you understand that it's not about you, it's about them, you're going to be unbothered by a lot of things and you're just going to not want to engage. This is my rule. If you want to come and troll me for whatever reason, if you want to, just pick on me or whatever, I will not participate.
You just be like, nope.
I am going to let you do your thing, say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to participate. Just be there, and I'm just going to block you and remove you from my space because I don't hesitate. Guys, didn't I block?
Right?
It doesn't even take me time. If I just see that you are doing something that I don't like, or people told me, you gotta have a high level of tolerance and whatever. But do I though?
Yeah.
You guys are calling me names and
names, yeah.
You want me to tolerate that?
No, we mustn't. And I'd like to think that with Fadzi, especially for you, you're dealing with emotions, like a lot of emotions from people. Ryan is more mechanical with what he does, but for you, there's so many different opinions, different emotions. How do you even deal with that and the toxicity that comes with it?
Well, I'll say that most of the times it's just so overwhelming that you just have to be, I think, the bigger person like there in the room or wherever it is. So you just have to be the bigger person, and like there's a lot of cyberbullying. Yeah. So you just have to choose, Kuti. Do you want to protect your brand? Do you want to be you? Do you want to, get into this and give these people the attention they're seeking from you? Or you just want to be the bigger person and then just move on? Because some people just want to make a name out of you. So they want to say, nah, 𝘋𝘪𝘨𝘪𝘵 is like this.
So I'm going to go after her.
Exactly. So
That's happened to me before, so I totally understand. Thousands of followers. So I won't mention names. Hello, I won't. But yeah. Okay, so I get that. But Ryan, do you ever experience any negativity? Because like I'm saying, yours is more mechanical and more technical. So do you experience that?
Please, we do. So the greatest disadvantage is that, when we started our company, I became the face of the company. So I became the brand that carried the company. So there's a disadvantage and an advantage to that because the way I live reflects on the company. So it's a compounding effect. But then right now, as it's expanding, what I do, has a direct correlation to what our company does. So we actually had to hire a whole PR department in our companies right now to manage all that. So you find people just come to throw for nothing, right? This doesn't work. You're doing this for this. Your card is this. Your card is shit.
Who sent you?
I'm like, come on.
Like, hello.
Right? And, some of the things, I still remember last year, one of my friends actually, I just made a comment, I think I won't mention the name of the political leader who had done a space. Then, so it was related to the LGBT+Q community, right? And I just made a simple comment like, what he said really wasn't an attack or homophobic. And then people came all over on me, right? And one of my friends actually tagged, some of the people that I was working with, organizations, some sponsors, my investors, a number of people saw all that.
Your friend?
Yes. And what I got comfort from out of that was all those people that were tagged actually came to me and they actually, asked me how I was, and I was, taking all that. And I just said, I just saw the tweet, I just muted her. I didn't even block her. I haven't blocked anyone on Twitter yet.
You had a conversation though with your friend.
We haven't talked since then. My only rule is that if you're toxic and I feel like, I'm not comfortable in your space, I just mute you in real life, then I block you. Even if I see you at any public event, I don't talk to you. Even see each other, I don't even give you the eye. Because what would be going inside me is something that I wouldn't want to come physical and into manifestation. So it's rather we just, avoid each other and live our own lives. So it's something really, it's one of those moments in my life where I just felt, wow.
Yeah, and I'm glad you spoke about it because people don't know the real, issues that go behind some of the things that they do, right? And I'm glad that you mentioned that the fact that you don't want to let people into your space to give them the audience to be doing this. Fadzi, I'm going to go back to you because yours is so controversial. Okay. The other day, there was an issue that happened with the Twimbos and a football situation, right? Yes. And people came after you and they were saying you must apologize. What was happening? Because I've been through something similar, so I get it. But I always want to hear from another person's point of view, how they feel when certain things like this happen.
There was a lot of cyberbullying there, a lot of it, a lot of threats, and a lot of, I don't even know what to say about that because they had a lot of things to say to me and about those other people they were threatening. And I didn't want to ruin my name because I let someone ruin someone's life.
So someone actually came to your DM, right? Yes. And they were saying that they were threatening you by saying we're going to expose someone else. So you decided to apologize.
Yeah, like I said, you just have to be the bigger person.
That's illegal, right?
I think so.
Yes,
there should be some level of illegality. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Data Protection Act.
Oh yeah. I've just seen it, but I haven't thoroughly read it, but I've seen it somewhere just to browse through it, but it was a great idea. I mean, it protects a lot of people, and I think that it puts people in a position where they're not comfortable saying anything and everything about anyone, just like that, without any consequences. Unfortunately, people in Zimbabwe do not want to pursue it. I don't know why. Since it was introduced, I
That is expensive,
I haven't
Salo.
seen anyone who was like, you know what, I'm gonna take you to court because
Yeah.
I don't like what you did.
So this was actually introduced in December 2021, right? So I'm glad that you guys are here because you guys are the advocates of what happens in terms of online in Zimbabwe. So it's very important that we actually get someone to just dissect what it actually is. But do you think that you can pursue it? If someone were to do that to you, would you take that route?
Personally, I think it depends. Some things are not worth your time, guys. As much as it may ruin your reputation, but I also think that people who believe the stuff they see online are also part of the problem. Because how are you taking information from a ghost account and going around with it and believing it, and then seeing me through that image? You are also a very huge problem. So I think it depends with the severity of the situation sometimes, because if it's just one of those people, then I don't think it's worth your time. Just mute, block, and continue with your day, because then now I have to take my time from doing other things that I like doing, and now I have to take you to court, and I have to spend my money, I have to do a lot of things. So sometimes just let it be. Unless, then, well, you can pursue it. But I wouldn't.
Would you pursue it?
Well, it depends too. So, but I think I would, if I would take the situation of the Twimbos and the soccer thing, I would. I definitely would, because that was so traumatizing. Why would you do that to me? What did I do to you? I'm just a messenger. I just posted something there are a lot of confessions that were sent and a lot of names that were mentioned sometimes.
But you scan out the names.
Yeah. And then some of the other things that I didn't scan out the names, those people would have done the same thing that those people did, but they didn't. They just let it slide. They were like, I'm just a messenger. So those people, and they know the person who sent the confession. They should have attacked that person, not me. I didn't do anything. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Now I know that there's a toxic side, but there's also a good side. People are making money, right? You can tell people are making money from this social media. Let's give them a taste about the money that they can make, rather than making all this shot into the moon.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I'm really an advocate for. So every Thursday, there are 3 venture firms I know of that do spaces where, as a startup, you just go pitch. You actually either get an instant, equity-free grant, or you actually get into further conversations for funding. They do that every Thursday. Then every Friday on Clubhouse, there are also rooms that are actually doing that as well. Then the investor communities that are operating, American time mostly. So that's around 10 p.m. here, and even 5 a.m. here, 6 a.m. here, they'll be open. So I think it's all about who you're following and why you're following them, right? I don't just follow anyone, right? And sometimes I actually see a post from someone and I'm like, why did I ever follow this person, right? And I actually don't follow, it's something I do, right? Because I don't want my TL to be cluttered. I want, a very focused TL with stuff that I relate to and I like. If I see retweeting something from a person that I muted or something that I don't relate to, I mute you or unfollow you, right? So that's me on my TL. And there's so much that you can get from Twitter alone that, other platforms cannot even. I mean, Elon Musk just invested $3 billion into this social media platform, which means there's so much growth that's to come to this platform. But then most people, we focus on dragging each other, taking each other down. Exactly.
Down.
And most of the times it's me, Ryan, pulling down a MisRed, right? And I'm like, why are you not trying to talk to MisRed? Because MisRed can connect you to someone who can help you in your current situation. And most times people who drag people on Twitter are actually struggling in their own personal lives, right? They actually need help. Not mental help only, but even financial help, right? Most of them are renting on parents' Wi-Fi, right? And are sleeping in parents' blankets, and they're saying all that, right? So
and you're bothered and you're doing your life, but
exactly. So it's crazy. It's crazy, really. It's really crazy. I don't understand it, right? we have to, at some point, as a people in Zimbabwe, just come to a point where we reflect on our lives, not bound by jealousy. Could admire and live like that, like learning from other people. Then I think there you can actually find benefit from Twitter. Other people actually selling things from Twitter directly and actually earning more money. I think there are many communities right now that are actually selling books, that are actually reselling, like even your book, I can sell it on my Twitter, through your Amazon, through my Amazon, refer Amazon link and so forth. Many people are doing all that, right? But then in Zimbabwe, you don't find that happening because we spend our time looking for 300 likes, 500 likes for what?
At whatever cost.
Yeah.
Even if it means your peace of mind, your mental health.
Exactly.
I love sitting down with you guys because it just reminds me of how much you can actually do with social media. I mean, I have my Red Market Sunday, which has kind of entered the entrepreneur space, and we help each other in the little ways that we can. But I want to know, Salo, how are you making money online?
A lot of ways. Not a lot, but
Let's hear it. How are you making money? The lots of ways.
So I've actually have had terrible experiences with that. But since we okay, I'm just going to mention both. I realized that Zimbabweans do not appreciate digital marketing yet. So that's kind of a challenge because you're working with people who think, Auntie's just posting it, you know, like, please do this for me. But if it's just posting, when I do it on your account,
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you know you can do it.
Why are you coming to me, you know? So that's the challenge. But it has been good. I am grateful. And I actually realized that there is a lot of inconsistency with brands coming to you and saying, oh, we need you to do this for us. Can you please do this for us? So you can't really like rely on that. So my solution for that was starting something for myself. And I realized, okay, I've got all of these people that are sitting around waiting for me to tweet. What if I just tell them, you know, I'm selling this and this and this and that. You know, maybe they could see it and, you know, I could actually monetize my following. So I started doing that. I'm selling clothes, I'm selling handbags, but so, well, it's okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's okay. It's not wow, but
it's something.
It's something, you know, it's better than. And I think one of the challenges that I'm facing is I'm still a student, so there's that. So you have to kind of like balance that. So there's a lot of inconsistency on my part when it comes to my own business, because sometimes, you know, there's so much that you need to do at school and, you know, you need to, so sometimes I just end up not focusing on that for like a while, and then I go back to my school. But if I was to be very consistent with everything that I'm doing on the business side, I would have been somewhere. So
I know, right? Everyone needs a team because you have to manage these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is, I think my degree is very demanding. You know, there's a lot of, with business, you need to invest your time in it. You need to think. It's not just about going to people and saying, hi guys, I've got this. You need to think, you need to strategize, you need to put your time in picking up whatever you're picking out, and, you know, be very particular about the items that you're selling. So unfortunately, the time is what I don't have at the moment. If it wasn't for that, I would
You'd
have
probably
been
be killing it,
you know,
killing it. I mean, hello.
But you know, for now, I'm grateful. I mean, it takes me through the semester and everything, and for now, that's good enough. We are obviously gonna do something bigger and better when I definitely have the time. When I'm done with my degree, I get my degree from UZ.
Hello. And then we can go from there. So I'm so excited for each one of you. I know, 𝘂𝘂𝘂, you've done a lot of work, a lot of CSR because of what you do. You've mobilized things for the less privileged. I'm really proud of you. Ryan, you're working with the farmers. And Miss, I'm about to get my degree. Hello.
You guys need to pray for me, you know, because
Holy Spirit activate. Holy Spirit activate. Guys, thank you so much for coming through and sitting down with me. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but always a pleasure having you. So today I've got iced tea. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's have some iced tea. Ryan, pick up your glass. Hi, boo. Habanda. Let's do a toast. Hello, Twimbos, Twimbos, all of it.
To a degree.
To her degree.